Good morning, Liberia. Good morning, the sweet land of liberty on the continent of Africa, West Africa to be specific, the Republic of Liberia, where His Excellency the Ambassador Joseph Human Boakai is seated as president. Well, on this 29th day of 2024, a blessed Thursday morning from the nation's capital, Monrovia, I'd like to say good morning and a pleasant welcome to your program, Special Talk for Special People on Kia Radio FM 95.9. On Special Talk, we discuss issues of national concern. We bring them on the table and for you there in Radio Land. The time to be a part of the program by putting forth your comments, suggestions, and recommendations the way forward on how best we can move our country, Mama Liberia. We disagree though, but we find a common ground and forge ahead as a people. Please be my guest. My name is Israel Boye-Weah. Sieh. Let's take a gist of our theme song. And of course, when we return of Liberia, it's all we got to talk about. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, let me say good morning to the peace-loving and resilient people of Mama Liberia across the 15th of political divisions of the Republic. I greet each of you this morning, and I am grateful to the Omniscience, Omnipresent, and Omnipotent God for His matchless and bountiful blessings upon the life of you wonderful people of our great country, Liberia. Well, let me say good morning, those of you across Maserati in the 17 electoral districts. I'd like to say good morning to our keke riders, our pimping riders, motorcyclists and pimping riders. Those of you on the private or commercial vehicle, your business site or your job site, I'd like to say good morning to all of you. And I'm thankful to God for such an awesome privilege again given each of us to be alive and be counted amongst the living. What such an awesome privilege. It's good to be here. Let me say good morning to the Chief Executive Officer of the Kia Humanitarian Foundation, Mr. Christopher Sieh, who is affectionately known as Chris, or Simone. I'd like to say good morning to you and your family. You there in the US of A, we want to say good morning to you and your family. And it is a great thing to have you part of the positive things that are unfolding in our country, Liberia. We're very thankful. We're very grateful to God for you. We want to thank God for you and for the great things that you try to do for the people of this country. To get back to Liberia, it got to be God that we inspire, that will move an individual like you to do what you are doing. So I want to say good morning to you, and also good morning to George, Kishan, Amos, and the rest of the folks who want to say thank you so much. And want to say good morning to all of our staffers. We appreciate all that you continue to do for humanity. We want to thank you on behalf of the CEO. We recognize your efforts. We recognize your contribution. You have done immensely well, and you continue to show commitment and dedication to what you do. We want to thank you and want to encourage you to do more. We want you to go beyond the Renaissance and doing what you do best. When you are doing something and you commit yourself to doing it, no matter what happens, have a focus, and then do it with all your heart, because the rewarder of all things is God Almighty. So I want to thank all of our staffers. I want to thank you. We want to say a very big thank you to Flomo, Moses Flomo, and the rest of the folks, all of you. It's good to be here again this morning, Liberians. For us to talk about our country, for us to talk about Liberia. Liberia is all that we got. My God, George, can you come in here? Let's see what can we do. It's good to be here, George. If you are there, coming quickly. It's my phone. I need to get. Liberia is our country. Is all that we have. And all of us are praying for the good and betterment of our country. We want to see Liberia on path. We want to see our country in the right direction. And it is incumbent upon every one of us to make sure that our country is peaceful at all times. That our country is, okay, and our people are able to go about their day-to-day activities. Liberia is an interesting place, and every one of us are following on what is happening in our country. And the news that all of us are thinking around the place this morning is the decision by, you are smart child. You have won yourself another bottle candy, September. The decision by the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia. The Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia is the final arbiter of justice in our country. When the Supreme Court comes down with a decision, it is bounding, and you cannot change that decision. You cannot change that decision. Yesterday, people were celebrating, people were jubilating and dancing, all through on the grounds of the Supreme Court. And people was happy, and say, yes, indeed. We can say, yes, justice has prevailed. Justice has prevailed. And beside the celebration, people were throwing talks. Some people were not happy. Some people were disenchanted about the decision, while others were celebrating that indeed the former Chief Justice and some family members can be acquitted of every charges. They can be set free. And so that's how it was yesterday. As how it was yesterday in our country, Liberia. And everybody was like, oh yes, the Lord has taken his course. And people were saying some things. Some people were singing good songs, some people were throwing talks. But whatever the case, this is our country, Liberia. This is our country, Liberia. And whatever decision comes from the Supreme Court of Liberia is respected. We all go about it. We all go about it. So former Chief Gloria Musu Scott, after her release from prison, she called for a concentrated effort to combat injustice in Liberia. To combat injustice in Liberia. Justice Scott and 3 female relatives have spent over a year at Monrovia Central Prison following accusations of murdering Charlotte Nusu, a 29-year-old adopted niece. So, addressing the media at her single home, Justice Scott expressed gratitude to the lawyers who provided pro bono services and urged civil society organizations, CSOs, to intensify their advocacy and offer legal aid to the many innocent individuals stay in prison. She stated, I want to thank the lawyers and the civil society organizations for their support. However, there is still a great deal of injustice in this country. The former Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia, she said, there is still a great deal of injustice in this country. If they could do it to me, what about the young man from Bokondiri? What about someone in Sino, Kalokin, or Lofa? I celebrate today and my family celebrate, but the work is far from over. Many innocent people remain in jail. So the former Chief Justice has been released by the court because they said no evidence, no sufficient evidence to indict, Madam Scott. No evidence. So they say she should go. She's free. She and her family, they can go and do what they do best and live their life. But she said, there is this issue about injustice in Liberia. She said there is no justice for the poor. Madam Scott said there is no justice for the poor. That's what she said yesterday. When she was released from prison, she said, look, there is no justice for the poor. And that she's asking, civil society organizations to intensify their advocacy and offer legal aid to the many innocent individuals stay in prison. I know some Liberians are not happy, some are happy. Those who are not happy, I don't know why are they not happy. Probably they have a reason. Those who are excited, they have their own reason why they are happy. My own disappointment in some of you, like you like to politicize issue. You like to bring politics in things. And it is a bad thing to do. When you bring politics in the discussions when it's not necessary, then you make people to be concerned. The law is the law. The law is the law. Are there still injustice in our country? Madam Scott said there is no justice for the poor when you don't have it. There are people in our country, other people take advantage of them because of their proximity with government, with the power that be. And the former Chief Justice is released. And she's saying it's not over yet. There are innocent people who are still in prison. There are innocent people who are still languishing behind bars. They need to be released from prison. She said, look, if they can do it to me, if they can do it to me, I have somebody in Boye-Weah. She said there is still a great deal of injustice in this country. If they could do it to, if they could do it if they could do this to me, if they could do this to me, probably the Chief Justice felt that it was unfair to have her involved in the case involving her niece. He adopted niece. It is unfair. The manner and form in which she was treated. So she said, if they can do this thing to me, I have a, what about the young man from Boye-Weah? So after the former Chief Justice is concerned about other people who are languishing behind bars, other people who have not been given justice. And the Chief Justice saying if they can do it to her. So I'm thinking if they can do it to the Chief Justice, I mean people wanted justice too. That is why, you know, the Chief Justice, the former Chief Justice was also allegedly involved into it, was a major player, and they wanted to know the real story if indeed she had anything into her own demand. You know, so the justice that the former Chief Justice is talking about, it is the same justice that others too were fighting for. So she's concerned about the you know, about people languaging beyond bounds. They need to be free. They need to be free. Calling on civil society. Civil society. There are many happenings in our country. There are many things that happen in this country. People are not given justice. There are many things that unfolded in this country that is unfolding, and people are not given due diligence. Due diligence. I'm grateful that the former Chief Justice released. But hearing the former Chief Justice saying, you know, that there is a great deal of injustice in our country, and that civil society organizations, they need to wake up. They need to speak. They need to stand tall. That if they can do it to her, if they could do this to me, that's what she said. If they could do this to me. So I think the former Chief Justice say maybe she was fairly not treated fairly. But I think it was the same justice that ordered for which they involved the former Chief Justice and family members. So today she's free. They said no evidence. So I think now the former Chief Justice is adding a vote to the many votes and say there are people languaging in jail, they should be free. But there were other people yesterday that were yearning for justice too. I hope the former Chief Justice now will fight for these people. There are many things that are happening in the country, injustice, and I showed the women organization, those of you that were at the wombs of the former Chief Justice at that time in solidarity. We're talking about justice in our country. Do we have justice in Liberia? So the former Chief Justice, now that she's released, she said there is a great deal of injustice in this country, like her, injustice in this country. So the former Chief Justice think that she was unfairly treated. There are many Liberians in this country that have been denied justice. And the former Chief Justice is now recognizing it. There are plenty of people in this country, they have been denied justice. Including those who was fighting for justice, for which they were pushing for the former Chief Justice to be prosecuted and placed beyond that and be sentenced. So she's saying there are many people in this country They have been denied justice. People in prison and they are there, with no due diligence, and they are there, unfairly, and they should be. The safer society should wake up. Other young Liberians die in cold blood in our country. Now, how many of us been talking about it? People been dismissed from their jobs unlawfully. How many of us been talking about it, that they need justice? I think the former Chief Justice will have to take the lead. There are people in this country that work with Lebanese. They are ill-treated. The bad labor practices across the country. Injustice. People not being given their right to peacefully assemble. Injustice. How many of us are not asking the civil society people to wake up? About the former Chief Justice saying, because she got justice now. So she's now saying that, look, plenty of people here don't get justice. So we need to work. We need to work and make sure we go and make sure these people have justice. And I heard some of you dancing yesterday. And about the thing about it, I saw it. Listen, look, I don't know where the judiciary on this your political rights. Don't tell the Supreme Court to play politics. I know, whatever politics that we play, it play the way it wants to play. What? God is in heaven. God knows it all. And so I can tell people that the greatest judge is God. Who is God? The greatest judge is God. So the comparison that some of you making, the thoughts that some of you throwing, and when we come and talk about it, some of you say that you say we're not supposed to talk. You think it's going to close my mouth? No. The other people too that were asking for the former Chief Justice to be prosecuted, they were asking for justice. And that justice they were talking about, and that justice they said they wanted for their niece, their child that died. That justice they wanted. It was not on the basis that they hated the former Chief Justice, but it is the same justice that they wanted. So why some of you see it like it's just a slap in the face of other people by you, and then you throw in talks? It doesn't make any sense. Because the very justice that the former Chief Justice celebrating today that she's free, it is the same justice, the injustice that other people were talking about, and they were asking for justice. So I don't see why you are there saying, oh, the former government, the jail woman, Joe Bagage, government free the woman. What do you mean by that? Why you play those kind of politics? It doesn't make sense. Oh. Nobody wants to see the former Chief Justice go to jail. But put this in your shoes. If you were in the situation of the former Chief Justice, they will let you go. Will you not be a part of the case? So people will not, the family, whoever will not be asking for justice. Now that the former Chief Justice is not saying there are a great deal of injustice in our country. The civil society should wake up. But there were civil society too that were advocating for the former Chief Justice to be held liable. And because they said no evidence, they Supreme Court said, but then the people go. No sufficient evidence to indict the former Chief Justice and the family. If the past government, from the past government that they said the case came about, is it that the past government had issue with the former Chief Justice? No. The former president had no link to the Chief Justice in terms of lineage. No, it's not family. The former vice president had no lineage with the former Chief Justice. They are not family members. No, absolutely not. So nobody in the previous government was against the former Chief Justice. It is the same justice that today the former Chief Justice was giving, that other people too was also asking for. But because we politicize things in our, because we see it from a political point of view, and we want to say, oh, the former government gave a woman, free the woman. So you are you telling us now the president free the woman? Or is it the justice? Is it the law? You take your sentiment, political party sentiment, and bring it to the discourse. The justice today, I don't know why your politicizing it, why you're making it. So now you're showing that the president is the one that freed Madam Chief Justice, former Chief Justice. And that's a blatant lie. And that should not be the politics you should preach. Your stand should be let justice prevail. And today they say Madam Scott is set free. Now, of course, you flow. Do you know how many Liberians are not they're not been given justice even before the case of Madam Gloria Mususka? How many Liberians are in jail and their issues have been downplayed? And we all gave attention to Madam Gloria Mususka's issue. Today, the former Chief Justice was released. And now she's saying injustice is a great deal in our country. There are people who in jail. Their cases been there long since before Madam Gloria Mususka's case. But these people were denied justice. There are things that happen in this country because people feel that they are nobody, from nowhere. Everybody get plan eye. The civil society that she's calling today, many of them sat down in this country and paid no attention to many Liberians that were ill-treated. They sat down in this country and things are happening the way it is happening. People are going home with tears. People have been removed and they are not raising the red flag. The injustice that Madam Gloria Mususka is talking about, it's not just those that are in jail. It's also going to those that have been ill-treated, unlawfully displaced, unlawfully removed from their jobs. The labor ministry can no more protect. The labor law is not protecting them anymore. They've been ill-treated by other people, by foreign nationals, and they have not been given their fair wages. Those are the kind of injustice Madam Gloria Mususka is talking about, and that we should fight. It is the same justice that the other family members who were looking for. It was not that anybody was targeting Madam Gloria Mususka. No, it was justice that people were looking for. If they were in my own situation, of course you would say nobody can tell human being, they have dirty human being heart is very weak, and you can't underestimate human beings. Until they go into the investigation to prove that Israel is innocent, nobody can say. Some people will side with Israel, some people will disagree with Israel, some people say no, he knows about it. Until the law takes its course, they go into the investigation. There are many Liberians in this country. Justice. How many of us today, the former Chief Justice, telling the civil society people and other groups to wake up? There are still a great deal of injustice in this country. The way they pay attention to Gloria Mususka's case, how many of us are paying attention to the ordinary woman? That market woman, that woman who have her land for all those while keeping it for her grandchildren. Yesterday, somebody went there and used force and took the woman land. Nobody cared about it. No civil society people talking. Our girls have been raped. Our girls child have been abused in this country. Nobody talk about the injustice. But everybody pay attention to Gloria Mususka's case. Today, everybody celebrating. Yesterday, people were jubilating on the grounds of the Supreme Court of Liberia and even politicizing the issue. Liberians break, you people, the way you do things in this country. This country is just going the way it's going. And that's what I've always said. The problem has always been Liberian. The problem has always been Liberian. The problem has always been us. Because when you look at one of the presidents standing and saying, the previous government, Georgia did a woman, that kind of song you can sing. So are you telling me President Baga controls the judiciary? You want to tell me that the Chief Justice they don't come up with their own verdict? Why will you always be drawing people in your team? You celebrating today? Do you know how many girls have been raped? The cases have been compromised. Do you know how many people have been dismissed unlawfully? Do you know how many people have been sent home? Do you know how many people lands been taken away illegally? How many of you civil society group that today Madam Scott is urging to go in defense of many persons? But most of the people been there before Madam Scott went there. Women organization, you were jumping on the street, you were celebrating, you were in solidarity with Madam Gloria Mususka. You wore black clothes, you politicize the issue, you make it to look big that somebody was going after this woman. You came on the street. How many of you are willing now to go to the Monrovia Central Prison to identify to wear the same black for the ordinary woman? That boy that is in jail, that man that been locked up for 4, 5, 6 years. How many of you? How many of you? How many of you care about it? Yes, indeed, she's saying there are a great deal of injustice in this country. But if the former Chief Justice was not released, we're not going to tell us that there is a great deal of injustice in this country. And the same justice that the former Chief Justice got yesterday, that the same justice the other people are looking for yesterday. And I see some of you passing around jubilating and celebrating. I laughed. The justice that we need in this country, it is the justice of fair play. The justice we need in this country is to respect one another. The justice we need in this country, it is to be tolerant and not intolerant. The justice we need in this country is to respect the view of people despite their political affiliation and their related creed. That's the justice we need in this country. That's the kind of justice we need. Yesterday, you were celebrating Madam Scott's release and her family. There were many that were in tears. There are many that stay in tears because of injustice. You dismiss people, you sack people, you remove people, you send them home unlawfully without not showing any cause, any reason. You think it's not injustice? You think it's not injustice? You take an ordinary woman land from her because you are a government minister. You think that is injustice? But you're celebrating with Madam Scott yesterday. But the vast majority of the Liberian people are faced with injustice, and you think it is well? It is not well. You think it is well? It is not well. We must not be selective in our celebration. There are many Liberians that are languishing behind bars. There are many Liberians that go home today. They cannot afford to pay their children's school fees because of injustice. How many civil society organizations that Madam Scott is asking now to wake up that stood tall yesterday for the ordinary people? Well, because Madam Scott is a former Chief Justice, everybody was jubilating, they were celebrating. Yesterday in the previous government, people politicized the issue and think that somebody was after the madam. But forgetting to know it was the justice the people was looking for, that today that Madam Scott received justice. So today is not wish on. Today nobody's after Madam Scott because she was giving justice. But if this were to turn another way, other people too who have been celebrating that indeed the Lord of the schools, and then others who have been saying it is injustice. The woman are not trying to do that. The woman are not involved. They jail the woman. You see how we do our government systems? You see how we do it? Our people are languishing. People go home. People will move people from payroll. They're sacking people unlawfully. How many of you think that justice there? People work and they can't receive their just wages, and you say they should go home and no reason shown. You think because of their political affiliation? No, political affiliation has nothing with people expression. It has nothing to do with people. It has nothing to do with people expression. I'm happy that the former Chief Justice can make it clear today that there is still a great deal of injustice in this country. Oh yes, the Chief Justice is recognizing it today. It was the same great deal of injustice that many people saw yesterday, that it was crying and asking, calling for justice. And many of us are saying, oh, it's wrong, man. They try to politicize the woman, they try to add the woman. People were protesting, people were going to the woman hall, wore black in solidarity. They turn it into politics and think that they could score political gains, by being in solidarity with Madam Gloria Mutuska. Our mothers, our women, they were celebrating, everybody was jubilating and said the woman is innocent, man. Let's go celebrate with the woman. We have that. Today, how many of you, the women organizations, are celebrating with an ordinary woman taken away? People lost their children were killed unlawfully. How many of you are asking for even Liberians that were killed all through the electoral processes in our country? It was on video. How many of you thinking that they should be given justice? I think Madam Gloria Mutuska is also calling for justice for those people. So there is a great deal of injustice in our country that Madam Gloria Mutuska is talking about, including the one that people, our citizens die in cold blood in camera, before cameras, doing electoral process in this country. That's the injustice she's talking about. That's It's the injustice you're talking about. Our brethren were beaten, were flogged, some of them killed in the process. That is the injustice Madam Gloria Mususka is talking about. She's calling unsafe of society. So wake up. People are languishing beyond that because of their expression. People are going to jail too far to say this is wrong and this should be done properly. Isn't that injustice? You've been able to characterize and categorize the kind of injustice that Madam Gloria Mususka is talking about. Some of you are happy because you feel comfortable. They are Liberians. There are people who've been in jail even before Madam Scott went to jail. They were carried there unlawfully. They stay there. Nobody thinking about it. Nobody is worried about it. The kind of injustice we should talk about in this country, it is the injustice of people saying you don't have your right to any political affiliation. You don't have your right. Because you associate with this person, you should be ostracized. You should be isolated. These are injustices that Madam Gloria Mususka is talking about that we should tackle. We should tell our government, we should tell our people, no, it's not because if they associate with here, and so you should be ostracized, you should be isolated. Who know the military, the security apparatus in this country? Who told you say on election day they don't vote? They vote. They got their choice. No matter what the problem, they vote. They vote for who they think should be president. The injustice that Madam Gloria Mususka is talking about, and she said there is still a great deal of injustice in this country. There are Liberians that die in cold blood in this country. Whether electoral process, we have not given them due diligence. There are people who cannot account for the Liberian people money. They are still languishing, they stay gallivanting around here, and we are going after other people and say, we decide who to go for and who not to go for. That's injustice. Those are the kind of injustice he's talking about. There are people who committed heinous crime and atrocity against our people. We think that you not go to jail, that other people should go to jail. That's injustice. That is the kind of injustice Madam Gloria Mususka, I want to believe she's talking about. Oh yes, today everybody celebrating the Supreme Court. Today the Supreme Court is not by us. Today the Supreme Court is not by us. Today her honor, the Chief Justice Sieh, she's not biased. She's not selected. She's not doing pick and choose. Tomorrow, if the Supreme Court rule on certain things again, nobody should come back and say, "Oh, the woman biased. We knew it. We knew it. She got political affiliation." Everybody celebrating, and that's a good thing. Oh yes, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. The Supreme Court is the final arbiter of justice in our country. But the injustice that Madam Gloria Mususka is talking about, Liberians, and many of us are sitting on the ground and doing what we do, is the injustice. Our citizens die in cold blood. Some of our citizens die in Kinjal. Some of our young people were flogged unlawfully. Some of our security personnel were wounded. Have we given them the justice? Have we given them the needed justice? Go to the Morovia Central Prison. Go see people languishing in bars, behind bars. I saw Madam Gloria Mususka was able to have a first-hand perusal of the situations at different areas in our country. Today, the former Chief Justice and our family, they are released. And today she's saying there is still a great deal of injustice. It was that same injustice that our family was talking about yesterday. It was not politics. It was not, but we politicize it. The very injustice that Madam Scott is speaking about today is the same injustice that other family too were talking about yesterday. But we the ordinary people, we the Liberian people, we brought politics in the whole thing. We were not looking at it from a broader perspective. We were looking at it from a political line because we wanted a political dividend. And I think this is a very good warning and good caution to the government, to every institution, to every organization. The very justice we gave Madam Scott today, somebody languishing behind that need that justice. Somebody who they can provide enough evidence, they stay behind back. They need that justice. But nobody cared to talk about them. The same way civil society, our women were robust. They were on their feet. They were talking about Madame Gloria Mususka to be free. She innocent and blah, blah, blah. They didn't wake up to and go talk for the other people. The other people too that were killed in cold blood. Some of our citizens that are out to the electoral process in Cameroon. Can we call for justice? And say those that were implicated, those that let go to and exonerate themselves. Let's do due diligence. Huh? Let's be fair. Let's be honest to ourselves. Let's be very sincere with the process. And I like what she said. She said, there is still a great deal of injustice in this country. If they could do this to me, that's what she said. If they could do this thing to me, unjustifiably doing what they did to me, what about the young man from Bokondre? What about the young man from Bokondre? What about someone in Sino, Kalokin, or Lofa? There were situations in Lofa. There were situations in Morubio, in Cameroon. Before Cameroon, our citizens. Let's remove the political issues. There were things that happened in this country involving our citizens. Ben killed, died in Cameroon. How many of us are calling for justice? Even up to now, people are still calling for justice. How many of us are listening to them? No. If people wake up today and start demanding justice, the next thing we see security forces going to stop them from expressing, their political, their constitutional right. But Madam Scott is calling on you. Madam Gloria Mususka is asking the civil society, every one of us to wake up. Lawyers, let's wake up and deal with this issue that is still moving across our country. Injustice. Our people are unlawfully removed from their jobs. Political affiliation should have nothing to do with people working. No. Because there is something that person carrying, there is a skill, there is a potential within that person that I would need. And so I'm not desperately concerned about their political affiliation because I want to be tolerant, because I want to work with everybody, because I want to allow I will not expect people to sing praises of me every time. So I expect people to be critical of me, because the more people are critical of me, that's the more I see myself, I see the challenges, I see the prospects, I see the achievement, I see my shortcomings. And how can I reciprocate from them? So everybody will not love us at the same time. Not that everybody will go for us. What we do? It's not everybody that love the way I talk. People want me to talk they want me to talk the way they want me to talk. No, I speak to the issue. So it is not about your feelings. It's about the issue that matters most. There are many Liberians across this country that have been denied justice for so long. Today, former Chief Justice have been given justice. She released, she and her family, and today she recognized that there are many Liberians across the country who are faced with injustice. And she's calling on the civil society people. The same people that were to her house, that wore black clothes, that were there. But you know that the politics were playing all through. People were saying what they wanted to say. But the real issue, Madam Gloria Mususka, I like what you said. But there are many Liberians, especially during the electoral process, our young people, they died. They died in Cameroon. And those who even murder them are still in the country. They are in lucrative positions. They are here. Are we calling for justice? Calling for justice. Do we have the civil society group now to wake up to wear black and go stand on the road and say, yeah, they will get justice for the people. Let's get justice for the people. Those who are involved, let them come exonerate themselves, like what was done to Madam Gloria Mususka and her family. That's what we should be asking for. Because yesterday, people say, oh, they just implicate a woman. They just put a woman in something. The woman knows nothing about it. Everybody had their own story. Everybody was saying what they wanted to say. Everybody had their own thing to talk about. Those who wanted to play politics were playing politics. Those who wanted to play politics were playing politics. And everybody said what they wanted to say. And people was in solidarity with Madam Gloria Mususka and her relative. Especially the women of this country. Especially the women of this country. I saw my the protein. Senator Yombly Kanga Lawrence, she was there. We saw many prominent Liberian women that were in solidarity with Gloria Mususka. and said she deserves justice. She should be fairly treated. It is political. Somebody won't go against the woman because of the woman political affiliation. Because the woman, but can do you know which political party she belongs to? But because we wanted to play the politics, so we said the woman deserves justice. They won't go after the woman. They won't do that to the woman. All of you, all the prominent women across the country, the several society groups that were all on the social media, on the print and electronic media, that was performing the issue, all of the propagandists, all of the lobbyists that were doing all they can to make sure that Madam Gloria Mususka is getting fair trial. Today, Madam Gloria Mususka and the relative are set free. But the very Madam Gloria Mususka is saying there is a great deal of injustice in our country. And it includes Liberians that were killed in Cameroon during the electoral process. Liberians that were killed. Liberians that was removed from their job unlawfully. Liberians that have been ill-treated. And the labor law is not protecting them. Those are injustices that Madam Gloria Mususka is talking about. How many of you, the women that wore black yesterday, in solidarity to Madam Scott, are willing to wear that same black in solidarity with our brothers that were killed in cold blood, our mothers that were ill-treated, people who property been taken from them unlawfully? How many of you stand tall and say, yes, there is injustice? There are people that committed heinous crime in this country. There are people who did things in this country all through the electoral process. They are given lucrative jobs and they are in government working. Nobody cares. Not injustice, eh? It's not injustice. It's not injustice. But we know the truth and refuse to do the truth. And that is what Madam Gloria Mususka is talking about. The injustice she's talking about, that the injustice where our brothers and sisters, some of them die. You think that look, people ate government money in this country and they stay here. But government doing what they want to do, they want to choose who they want to go after. That injustice, though. That injustice. The law is the law. Sin that sin, no big sin, no small sin. You steal, I steal, two on our road, they should prosecute all of us. If they come and say no, they will not prosecute you and prosecute Asia. That injustice. That is what Madam Gloria Mususka is talking about. How many? You're the women who wore black that day that was to the Oman house. You were celebrating your where you were talking all kinds of things. You politicized the whole case. You said the vote. People even were accusing Madam Yoden, the Chief Justice. All that people are saying the bad thing about these people. Oh, it is politically motivated. It's politically motivated. They want to go after the Oman because the Oman. You know who party the Oman in? You don't even know her political affiliation. You don't even know which party she's coming from. You just speculate. Speculation across the place. Oh, they won't go after the woman. Madam Scott was not running for anything in our country. She was not running for the presidency. She was not running as senator or representative. But we politicize the issue of the case. All because we have problem with the leadership that was there at the time. And we felt they were intruding in the legal process of our country to go after Madam Scott. We want to praise God that today Madam Scott is released. She are set free. We are grateful to God and we are thankful to the Supreme Court for the decision, for the verdict brought down. But you hearing the Madam Scott woman? You hearing what the woman said? You hearing what she's saying? So Madam Scott is simply telling you that other Nigerians that die, even the electoral process, people die on camera. Whether they are from police CDC or whether they are from United Party, those people deserve justice. That injustice. If we don't investigate and allow other people who are involved in these sinister operations and crimes, and they are around here riding luxurious cars and getting the best money, and they are seriously bumping around here, and we think say it is justice. No, Madam Scott said that injustice. The great deal of injustice in this country, it is not limited to one group of people. It is not limited. People been removed from their job unlawfully. That injustice. People been denied the access to freedom of assembly. That injustice. People have not been allowed to express their dissatisfaction with how it's moving. That injustice. When you say they should not speak out. You think Madam Gloria Mususka's statement is a statement to underestimate? It is a statement that it is holistic. It's moving across. We are celebrating our release. We are jubilating and singing good songs and new songs. Songs of praise, songs of Teja Police, songs of throwing talks. We are singing it. You are celebrating today the relief of Madam Gloria Mususka. And you say, yes, justice has prevailed. The Lord has taken its course. What happened to other Liberians that died all through this electoral process? What happened to them? Where are the justice? Where is the justice we're talking about? Where is the justice for these people? There are individuals involved, but they are working. They are in lucrative positions. They are riding their Gipranos. They are saying we are part of the power that be. That injustice. Somebody steal from previous government. Somebody steal from the one. We say we prefer to deal with those who in the previous government. The one that are stealing now, we discuss it at a later date. That injustice. That's the injustice Madam Gloria Scott talking about. You know what she's talking about? You know, you are jubilating. You don't know Liberians removed from their job unlawfully. You don't know that injustice? Because somebody has political affiliation, you say they don't deserve to work in government? And President Boye-Weah is not the president of the United Party or the CDC. He is the president of the Republic of Liberia. Election is over. He is the president of the Republic. So he owes it to every Liberian. If we are serious to build this country, the great deal of injustice that Madam Gloria Mususka is talking about, then we got to wake up because it is right in before our eyes on a daily basis. But we don't want to speak out. You want to infringe on people's right and think that it is not their right. That is injustice. Madam Gloria Mususka say, if they can do it to me today, it me today. What happened to the somebody in Bokondiri? What happened to somebody in Karoken, in Sino? What happened to somebody in Lofa? There were situations in Lofa. There were situations in Monserrate. Where the justice? Where the justice for the family, for those victims? Where is the justice for those? Where are the justice we're talking about for those victims? We are celebrating. Oh yeah, we're jubilating. We're thanking God for the law to take its course. But there are many Liberians that have been denied justice because they do not have the resources, because they are not with the power that be, because of their political affiliation, their religious creed, their geography. They've been denied justice. And we think, say, Liberia pushing power. You think Madam Scout speaking because you want to speak? The lawyers she calling on. The people she asking, the civil society, she's also asking you women that went to her house and were in solidarity with her. She's asking you too to wake up for the victims of the circumstances. Our people that were murdered all through the civil war, all through the electoral process, these people want justice. Why is the justice? Oh, we celebrate. You know, I like everybody. Oh yeah, we thank God. The Supreme Court, hey, the notice. Because you see, justice prevail, justice prevail, justice prevail, justice prevail, justice prevail. You are celebrating. You're happy. But you forget to know there are other people too who are hurt because you deny them justice. You are celebrating when other families are in tears and feel there is not justice for them. You are celebrating. And so if you don't have proximity with certain people, if you are not up to that level, you don't reach to the zenith, of course, you cannot get justice. Madam Gloria Scott is telling all of you, great deal of injustice in this country. Great deal of injustice in this country. President Boye-Weah, it is incumbent upon you to make sure that everybody can get justice in this country. So let's wake up and stand tall now. Yesterday, you could hear all kinds of talk. Some people throwing talk on the previous government. Some people throwing talks this way. Some people throwing talks that way. Yes, thank God that the Oma is free. She or family member. But at the Oma, I see Oma talking here. How did Madam Gloria Scott come to the realization that there is great deal of injustice in this country? How did she arrive at that point? How did Madam Gloria Mususka arrive at that point that there is a great deal of injustice in our country? How? So you think Madam Gloria Scott is not following even the day-to-day activities in our country? Madam Gloria Scott is aware that there are many Liberians that were ill-treated, Liberians that died before the camera and no justice given to them. And she thinks if there is a need for us to expand justice across everywhere in our country. Why do you think Madam Scott is calling on the civil society? Why do you think Madam Gloria Mususka is calling on the civil society? Madam Gloria Scott is 70 years of age. She has reached that grace by God, and she's still living. She said, I want to thank the lawyers and the civil society organizations for their support. However, there is still a great deal of injustice in this country. There is still a great, John, there is still a great deal of injustice, my brother. Madam Gloria Mususka can recognize this. You know from when she speaks? You know where her view is coming from today? That she's saying what she's saying? There are Liberians in this country who deny justice. Our people, some of them, they go where they sack them. No reason why they sack them. They sack them because they got political affiliation. They sack them because they saw them behind somebody yesterday that they're shooting them in Gambia. Yes, they sack them. They sack them because they feel the person is not part of their group, not part of their fraternity, not part of their whatever call it. They sack them. We all were dancing. We all yesterday were saying, oh, this is over the jail, man. It's politically motivated. I saw my own woman, Madam Yomli Kanga, the senator of the pro tem. I saw prominent Liberian women to Madam Gloria Mususka how they wore black in their black. Even our current president, he visited Madam Gloria Mususka. Everybody was in solidarity with the woman because everybody wanted justice. Oh yes, everybody wanted justice. Today, the Supreme Court came down with the verdict and said the woman, no evidence, is actually free. Then the same woman now wake up and say, no, I want to thank all the lawyers, all the civil society, because she knew there were women organizations that were calling for justice, that went to her place. They were sitting down somewhere in Church Pole. They were saying what they wanted to say. Madam Gloria Mususka said, I want to thank all of you. But there is still a great deal of injustice in this country. There is still a great deal. Liberian dad doing the electoral process. They were on video. All of you saw it. All of you saw it. How many of you calling for justice? People who are involved are implicated as prime suspects. They are in this government. They are working in lucrative positions. They are enjoying what the families of those people, those victims, are in tears, are grieving and asking for justice. That's what Madam Scott is saying to you. You do it. I thank God. I thank God for all of you, my lawyer. All the people identify with me that gave me the support, the courage, and said they think I'm innocent. And yes, so Madam, she's saying to you, that there is a great deal of injustice. Let's wake up now and speak up for those people, those victims. Let's wake up. Let's stop tying things to political issues. Let's be very blunt and sincere. Let's give them justice. The same way you used to go back to the Oman house, they ought to go back somewhere to and call for justice for these following persons and say, oh, the person that were killed, the people that were killed in cold blood, we need justice. How they died, there are other people who are involved, implicated today, they're working in government, they're passing around here, they're talking about justice, injustice. That's the injustice that we're talking about. She said, I thank for the God I just celebrating me and my family happy. But it's far from over. Many people remain in jail. Many innocent people remain in jail. Many innocent people are in jail. The jail might not be a physical room. The jail that she's talking about, she may have spoken metaphorically. You can't say the jail she's speaking about is a physical room. There are people that are in jail as a result of their decision to support another person. There are people that are in jail of isolation because they choose to stand by other people in the electoral process. Today, they've been denied justice because they associated themselves with other people. And I saw you yesterday celebrating, oh, they free the Oma, oh, they free the Oma, oh, the Oma free, oh, the Oma free, oh, we thank God, we thank God, we thank God, we thank God, all of us celebrating. And I look at you people, I say, you see this country? We got a long way to go. We got a long way to go because we're not sincere to ourselves. Long way to go because we think when it is all good for us, it is also good for other people. We think that when we are celebrating, other people who are in tears, they don't deserve the celebration that we are celebrating. We think all is good for us, but they don't deserve it. The guys that Momo Sarah, they're not beginning at dying, the other one that are dying, Morocco in Canada doing the electoral process. You think that family don't deserve justice? You think the children don't deserve justice? You think they don't deserve it? You think the injustice that Madam Gloria Mususka is talking about is not inclusive? It not include Mama Sarah and Adade were kept in camera, people that were flocked around here, beaten unmercifully, people taken from their jobs unlawfully. You think these people don't? You think that injustice she's talking about? People working for people, they're working with people. Labor law can protect them. You go to where one funny Lebanese man with one ugly face, causing your mouth. This is the two back around and pull it outside. In the evening, you told us the two back around and carry inside. Your just wages is not given to you. It's not injustice. You think when she say there is great deal of injustice, you think she's joking? She's speaking holistically, but then you are celebrating. This is not an issue for us to just say we'll be happy. Let's also be prayerful. Let's engage. So she's calling also on the civil society people, the lawyers. You're two with me. The civil society people, and you're with me. And you were out of my house telling me, oh man, it's here we know. It got political honor too. I try to say you understand the politics. It got political inside too. It got political beyond too. It got political over too. You there using all sorts of grammar talk. Politicizing the thing. Somebody want to get up after the woman. Now when they want to make sure the woman go to jail. The woman innocent for the thing. How the woman will kill her own daughter. All of your sinner saying all kinds of things. The Latino women Amanda, say y'all went to grow up, including our president. When he was not a president, he went there too. All of them everybody went there celebrating. Oh, yeah, we tried to do so. People went to Moravia Center praising Amanda, wait to be in solidarity to Gloria Mususka. Why you people don't want to be in solidarity with the other people? Why? Is that injustice? Why you want to be in solidarity with Momon Taylor family? Why you want to be in solidarity with Johnson family? Why you want to be in solidarity with Musu family? Why you want to be in solidarity with Yaka family? It's not injustice because they get money, because of their geography, because of their political affiliation, because they identify with somebody yesterday so they don't deserve justice, or because somebody still doing Joe time and somebody still Joseph Brakatan. You decide who you will prosecute and leave other people. It's not injustice. Now, what the woman talking about? And you're saying and you're jumping, proper. That's what I always say. We're fighting our way in this country. Look, get what you can get for you and your family. Because this thing is a vicious cycle. What goes around comes around. It's just going and turning. It's a vicious cycle. It's a vicious cycle. Everybody's celebrating Madam Gloria Musuka in her relative. But we fail to do the same thing for the ordinary people. People that died during the electoral process, people that were flogged, people that were security, people that were beaten, got wounded, all through the process in that country. How many of us identifying with them? How many of them getting their justice? We don't care. So Madam Scott is really a finish. The ordinary people that are inbound, but the same Madam Gloria Mususka, why do you think she said there is a great deal of injustice in this country? If they could do this to me, what about the young man from Bukonjiri? If they could do this to me, that boy that will flock up to death during the electoral process. If they could do this to me, what about that sister that's involved into a murder allegedly, and she's still working in this government and enjoying lucrative positions, and nobody cared to bring her to book? If they could do this to me, what about that person that their land was taken away from them? Because somebody feel that they work with the power that be. That is what Madam Gloria Mususka is talking about. She's calling on you, the civil society, the lawyers that stood tall to protecting her and talking for her, to say the old man innocent, she's free, she got to let her be, why she's asking your too now. It's not over. Thank you that you came to celebrate with me. But it's far from over. Many innocent people remain in jail. It's far from over because somebody wants to speak out and air their views. They are in jail because somebody decide to stand the test of time and hold to their ground. Today they are behind bars and nobody cared about them because they are not part of the power that be. And you think Liberia is getting there? We're far from there. We're far from there because there are too many injustices in our country. Our people are being unfairly treated, and we are not concerned. We not care about it. We think they don't deserve justice because of their political affiliation. Oh, do you know the party that Madam Gloria Musuka is coming from? You know which party she's part of? She's affiliating. You can't tell which party she's affiliating with. So because somebody affiliated with the CDC or the ANC or the Liberty Party and they were flogged and killed in camera and they were and they are denied justice. That is the great deed she's talking about. That is the great deed. So Madam Gloria Musuka, but in your spirit, she's not satisfied because there are many Liberians, ordinary Liberians, that then deny justice. Why do you think Madam Scott could then say that, thank you for coming. We are grateful to God. Let God be praised. Thank God, me and my family released. But she said, she cautioned you, the lawyers. She said, lawyers, civil society people. What is he saying? You stood by me yesterday. You were to my house 24/7. You were in solidarity with me. You were black. You walk from here all the way to my house. You make people to know across the world on the social media, on the different social media platforms. People were in solidarity with me because I was the former Chief Justice, because I was a prominent woman of the nation. You celebrated with me. But it is not over yet. There are a great deal of injustice in our country. There are still a great deal of injustice in our country. There are still a great deal of injustice in our country. It is not Gloria Mususka alone. There are languishing behind bars. There are people who were killed in cold blood during our electoral process. Why are they denied justice? And people who are implicated allegedly, they are working. People saw them in camera, flocking other their fellow Liberians, beating them, dragging them on the street. But these people are working in lucrative government positions today. Those are the kind of injustice you're talking about. And when you want us to talk about it. You want us to talk about it? You think I care about your feelings? No. No, I don't care about your feelings because you are celebrating Madam Scott today while somebody is in tears because their brother died in cold blood and their brother cannot get justice. Their sister were killed in cold blood and the sister cannot get justice. But those people that murdered their relatives, their family members, they are all here working in the government, enjoying themselves. Some people stay in jail. Madam Gloria Mususka, when she and her family, they stay there. Madam Scott left them there. Today, you are celebrating her. But she's telling you it's far from over. It is not just celebrating me. What happened to the other people? What happened to our Liberian brothers and sisters? What happened to people who stole? We said they stole from previous government. And people in this one, they said they stole too, and they are around. But we choose to we will be selected of who we want to prosecute. Instead of injustice. It's inclusive of injustice. You sack people. We sack people because we say they can't hear, they're insulting the president. We sack people because we say they are part of the political party. We're sacking them. It's not injustice. So, Madam Scott, look, I mean, you see, I like the woman. Many of you were not daring to go into this thing about this particular statement. I queue in this statement, and it's to show that Madam Scott is not still happy. She's released. She and her family. But she's not happy. Madam Scott is released today. You're celebrating her. But she's not happy. You know why she's not happy? Because she said there is great deal of injustice in this country. It's far from over. It's far from over. It's far from over. People should not think because today I'm released, that means there is no injustice in our country. It's far from over. People should not think because I am my family, my relative, now they say we should go. So it means that there is no injustice in this country. It's far from over. There are plenty of our people that are in beyond bars. There are plenty of our people that say not being given justice. Our citizens die in cold blood. Have we given them justice? They seen several society people that were beyond Madam Kususka yesterday. They seen lawyers then. What happened to these people? Our brothers and sisters too that died in cold blood. What happened to them? What happened to somebody who land was taken and today she run all around the place and nobody willing to listen to her, to listen to him because he or she doesn't have money? What happened? What happened to that old man who land been taken from him because that person is a minister? That person is a security personnel. You think Madam Scott is not recognizing that? You think Madam Scott is happy that she's been free while the vast majority of the ordinary people are still languishing behind bars? People are sacked, people are removed from their job because they have political alignment. People are denied their just wages because somebody wants to protect a Lebanese man. Somebody wants to protect a foreign national against the interests of his people. The labor law that should protect them is not protecting them because somebody feel that they got proximity. Those are the injustices she's talking about. Those are the injustices she's talking about. Let me open the telephone lines and hear you on your own view on this matter. But I think we want to be grateful to God for the former Chief Justice. But these are things that she said that caught my attention. That many of us think that the woman happy. Yes, she thankful to God that she's free. But she calling on the same people that were in solidarity with her, the same people that were jubilating around here, the same people that were beating Patak all around here. She's telling you that there is great deal of injustice in the country. It's inclusive of our brothers and sisters that were murdered in Canada all through the electoral processes. Injustice you're talking about, it has nothing to do with political affiliation. It has nothing to do with religious creed. It has nothing to do because they're pressing supporter, they're pressing. No, she said there is great deal of injustice and it's far from over. What it is true that today you are celebrating me and my family. I'm telling you, it's far from over. There are people who are languishing behind bars. They deserve justice. It's far from over, Liberian. Don't come celebrate me and you think, say, oh, it's well. No, people are still languishing behind bars. People are denied justice and they are in tears. Though, while people were celebrating yesterday, there were people that were crying. You know why they were crying? Because the way people celebrated this Gloria Mususka case, even their own case too, that have to do with their family member being killed, nobody celebrating with them. Nobody in solidarity with them. Open the telephone lines on 0772 75 8958. 0772 75 8958 or 086 39 3184. We are grateful to Madam Gloria Mususka. But Madam Scott is saying great deal of injustice is seen in our country. It's inclusive of what she's talking about. Let's hear you on 0772 75 8958. Let's take our very first caller. Good morning. Good morning, my dear Bishop. You know where you're calling from? Let's hear you, Baba.
For these people that are never poverty, they are trying to actually to be good. Yeah? To do justice for a long time. I think that justice have your power. But is it because you should think to be that because you want to serve as justice? You should get that to black. So if you compare it, you know, all the power that has to be seen. So we can ask that, okay, I just think that. Yeah, actually,
Okay.
she did that before. She did there, so she knew that is one something. That will never be to do. But then I happen to her now, that is only that so that you to walk on injustice. She's not saying it for her to be perfect.
Okay, that's what you think.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, my dear brother. Thank you so much. Special talk for special people on Kia Radio FM 95.9, 0772 75 8958, 0886 3931 84. Or you can call us on the WhatsApp line. It's on the screen there. +231 886 681 9198. You can call us and you'll be live on the program. Special talk on Kia FM 95.9. Let's hear you. And let's talk about the issue, Madam Gloria Mususka. She has spoken. She was released. She a relative. But Madam Scott was also straight to the point. She said, I want to thank the lawyers and the civil society organization for their support. Those of you that are with me, those of you that were identifying with me, those of you that were in solidarity with me, However, there is still a great deal of injustice in this country. In this country. Let's hear you. That's what she's saying. She says it's far. I'm happy we are celebrating, but it's far from over. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, where you calling from?
Yeah, Patrick, I'm calling from Canada.
Patrick, let's hear you.
Yeah, my question is that when God was just the Chief Justice, did I speak up? Justice? And question to her.
Your question to her.
Yeah.
Oh. So the one she's saying incorrect.
I'm not saying for her.
Oh, okay. Your question to her. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. 0772758958, 0772758958, or 0886393184. Let's hear you on the program Special Talk for Special People on Care Radio FM 95.9. Let's hear you now. The former Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia and her relative was set free yesterday. When they went to her house, they were celebrating, people were jubilating, dancing across. Everybody was happy. But then she said something that is very important, and I want us to talk about. She thanked the lawyers and the civil society organizations for their support. Those people who stood by her, those people who were celebrating her, those people who wore black clothes and were saying, "Oh man, we know the thing, you're innocent. Oh man, we know the thing, we know it won't be waste home. It's not correct," and blah blah blah. Then Madam Chief Justice now, the woman saying, if they could do this for me, what about the young men from Bukonjiri? What about the people from Sino? She said there is a great deal of injustice in this country. So if Madam Gloria Mususka will be saying there is a great deal of injustice in this country and she can be giving justice, she's also concerned about the other Liberians. Well, what happened to our brothers and sisters? What happened to those people who've been denied justice? During the electoral process, some of them were murdered. Some of the people that are allegedly involved, they are working in this government. They are in lucrative positions. What happened to them? So Madam Scott is calling for justice. She said, the same people that are with me, let those same people wake up to 0772 75 8958. 0772 758958, 0886 393184 are the numbers to call, and you'll be live on the program. Special Talk for Special People on Care Radio 95.5. Let's talk about this thing because it's very important. Many of you celebrating this Oma, you're celebrating her, but she's also raising a very serious concern. Some people saying, "What now?" But I think the concern been raised by the former Chief Justice that there is a great deal of injustice in this country. I think she's speaking across. She's speaking across. We are celebrating, but not the issue, Nigerians. She's raising out a very serious and important issue. I hear something happening and everybody can celebrating with Israel. Oh yeah, thank God, man. Israel, you free. Israel is free. And then Israel comes back and say, thank you. All of y'all, the lawyer, then. All of y'all, the civil society people, and y'all supported me, and y'all used to come to my house, and y'all wore black clothes, and y'all identify with me. Those are the things that you were saying. And y'all say all the things about me, that what happened was not correct. If they can do this to me, what about the ordinary woman in Bokonjiri? What about the person in Lofa? What about the person in Sino? What was she voting for? She said there is a great deal of injustice in this country. And I and my family happy, but it's far from over. We should not celebrate when there are ordinary Liberians who don't even have justice. There were people that were in jail before I go there. They were not given, they were denied justice. So the same way you supported me, the same way you came around me, the same way you wore black clothes, the same way you were all on the social media, the same way you were propagating the issue that, that Gloria Musikka, the power go after the woman, they never do it to do this and that. I'm calling on you to also let's support the other people. I'm concerned about the injustice. So what are the injustices Madam Gloria Musikka is talking about, you think? What are those injustices he's talking about, Adherents? And that is the question I'm asking all of you. What are the injustice that Gloria Mususka is talking about? That she said is far from over. I mean, you're kind, you're happy, you're celebrating. Oh, we're happy. We thankful to God. We happy that you can celebrate all the free up. But what happened to the other people then too? Who demand deny justice? The other people then too, what something happened? It should not be because of political affiliation. It should not be because the people they came and expressed their opinion to issues. 0772 75 8958 0772 75 8958 or 0886 39 3184 are the number to call, and you'll be live on the program Special Talk for Special People on Care Radio FM 95.9. Call me. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, Nigeria. I was seeing someone, oh yes, yesterday some people were throwing talk. Oh, I said Liberians, we good at these kind of things. We good at them. Oh, we have forgotten so soon. Everybody celebrating. Everyone all happy. But what happened to other people? Some old people that took their land from them because they got money, because they able to go to the court. And Madam Scott is talking about it. Good morning. Oh, too bad. You got to change your position, my brother or sister. Your phone is very much the feedback to studio is very irritating. And that's what I'm concerned about, George. That's what I'm concerned about. If we are smart, even though there are questions going to Madam Gloria Mususka, but why is she concerned about injustice in the country? Why is she concerned about it? Why is he concerned about it? Good morning.
Good morning, Asia.
Good morning. Where are you calling from?
This is James Labra, and I call you from the Tampa West One. But let's tell you for the show this morning. Very interesting. This is yesterday for me. I feel bad so much, and there's so many reasons why I feel bad. Because one, we were crying Ryan to be served, just to be served. Until now, for me, justice is not served. Because we have not caught the perpetrator of that. And I think it is time that people will be celebrating yesterday. I think the too much justice was supposed to be served. But not celebrating because she released from prison. Because you know that thing about it, remember the whole. And look how that the way it happened in your house. Let me sure. I think you should be sad. I thought you would be sad yesterday, knowing that yes, I'm released from prison, but I'm not happy. And let's say after what are you not happy? Why you because I'm living in that passport, you just haven't said because it took a few times not been caught. Who do we hold responsible? She's a former judge. She know that there are a lot of people going behind that bar all along. There are a lot of people behind that bar all along. No justice being served. Because they are not part of certain class. And I think it is very exciting for our nation. This government, when it comes to them, they don't care because they were spending with the woman throughout. So how do we even catch the perpetrator? If nothing in that case is not being laid to rest. All we can say to that little family, just take courage and let's go up and try to carry people because justice is not fair as they claim. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, James Labra, for your own view and contribution on the program Special Talk for Special People on Care Radio 95.9 0772 758958 0772 75 8958 or 0886 3139 3184. 0886 393184. And you'll be live on the program this morning. And let's hear you. Let's hear your view on what the former Chief Justice have said. Good morning. Please go away from the radio.
How are you?
I'm okay this morning. I'm getting feedback. You know where you calling from? Hello? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, you see the issue about the Columbus story. Not something like quiz. Because if you happen to last year, and then people put it out, they say, oh, wow, and you know, she comes to us. I don't know what fish. Probably like this is happening, you have to get to the house, and nobody thinks so. So you got something like industry. The county government coming and saying the woman, it's not people. You just have to have the woman was your equipment. We went there. If you didn't know, we are able to have a great there. I'm trying to get to the woman. So it's not like that. People decided to treat the woman because they said, you born not guilty.
Yeah, but the same woman, Gloria Musikana, she came and said there is still injustice in the country. It's not far from over. Other people too get denied justice. Is it not according on the same people that we ought to also help the other people?
Sure. So many people that denied justice. But this country, you don't have to put it through. People not for your case.
But not for your case.
If you want to talk to people that are going to want to it, they are thinking happy with that. Not what I do. You know what? They are thinking with but you still think government, they take it out. But see, that's what people think that this is a country. We are all Nigerians.
So the same people too that went to a hall that wore black, the same people she asking them to here they can't also too and do the same.
Yeah, sure. Sure. This is even a counter, this is a counter, this is a way black. We think a lot of it come out. It's not people that no. All people are going to take God to my bed, we came a portion, we're going to pay. Now I pay it, they're having out. Because people don't have money.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, my dear brother. Thank you for being a part of the program, Special Talk on Care Radio.
She said, "Simon, if you want to say it, that's God." Because it's something you do, and it's something you're doing yesterday.
So there are people that they deny justice that you think they deserve justice too.
Yeah, right. 100%.
But then white people that were celebrating Madame Gloria Musu's card yesterday wearing black, they are not. We're not seeing them to doing the same to other people.
But why is the person ask the question either why did you serve the one? Are we for justice? We are not justice. We want justice. No, the answer is definitely no.
Yeah, no, but
There's
and
no answer when it comes to justice.
they went to court now and they free her, say no evidence.
The better than so, if there's no evidence, you know, the question she asked you, you started with the other thing.
Hmm.
The president, the CPO for the police,
Hmm.
it's not a stop yesterday for people. It's not a stop yesterday for the president. What am I saying? She's come up now. Somewhere in the president, what am I saying?
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your contribution. Special talk for special people.